Hi, my name is Linda Hulme Leahy. I'm the gallery assistant here at Round Hill Studio, a fine art gallery in Annapolis, Royal, Nova Scotia. And today I want to talk to you about the paintings of the owner of the gallery, Jaime Lee Lightle. Jamie's been doing some work in acrylics mostly for several years now, but in the last couple of years she has begun to use birds, crows primarily, as a narrative feature for paintings that maybe are a commentary on what's going on around the artist, maybe what the artist is feeling. And it's interesting as a gallery assistant to be able to view this progression of how she's using these beautiful creatures in her art and what she's saying. What I'm going to do is take you back a couple of years and I'm going to let you look at this guy. This is a painting that she did after a very anxiety-ridden time, very frustrating time period in her life. And look at that face on this crow. This is one of the very first crow paintings she's ever done. She's done hundreds since. And this one, which is actually my own now, is the embodiment of everything that she was feeling at that time. That bird is looking straight on, but that face just says, "Oh yeah, you talking to me?" There is attitude going on here. There's some anger, there's some resentment maybe, but what this piece did was ignite 2 years worth of paintings that Jaime did with crows and other birds, chickadees, goldfinches, doves, as a source of narrative to express some of her innermost emotions, some of her joy, some of her playfulness. And I want to talk a little more about that. This is part of a very playful time period that Jaime went through, painting crows on mid-century modern furniture, art, bicycles, just pretty much anything. What she was doing was giving more of a personality to what would have been inanimate objects in her work. Rather than just painting a chair or a couch or a bicycle or whatever, she chose to include a crow or maybe even a couple of crows, looking at things, judging things, not caring about things. It was a really fascinating time and they were enormously popular. There are very few of her paintings from that time period left. Most of them have been sold. This is one of the very few that hasn't. And it was a time of just joy and experimenting and seeing where this crow narrative was going. This ended suddenly when she found out that her mother was gravely ill. When Debbie became ill, her moods changed dramatically. Here's one that she painted called Sibling Love. These are baby crows. They represent her and her brother. And look at how dour and desperate these crows look. They look unsure, they look vulnerable, they are amidst no kind of context in the background. It's just blue, but with shadows. This is something that she was feeling very personally at the time, trying to gain a sense of control in what was otherwise an uncontrollable situation. And then with the eventual passing of her mother, she was, probably about as lost as these guys are in this painting, trying to find a sense of community, trying to find some understanding, not finding peace. This is not a peaceful image. Her mother has since passed, and without much ado, nature has decided to give us a pandemic to deal with. So here we are in a situation of grieving, of trying to find some new ground, some new normal, in a time that is not even remotely normal. This is one of the paintings that she has done that I really enjoyed. She's done a series of paintings entitled Gathering. And this is one. These are juncos. A winter bird usually that you see around a bird feeder. The one thing that she does that is very fascinating to me is use very normal, common birds as her subject material. And that's exactly what she's done here with this painting of a gathering of juncos. This is a direct response to the COVID pandemic. She is showing a gathering, which is something that we can't do right now. She's showing birds in various positions. Some are together, some not so much. She is showing them scattered, and she's also showing them on a very ungrounded background. Her background speaks volumes about being lost, being set afloat in a time when we really want to feel normal and in touch with the earth and with nature. And sadly, we are having none of that. Okay, so these juncos, while they are appearing to be very sociable, doing all the things that we can't right now, they're doing it in almost a void, in almost a vacuum. And that juxtaposition is quite fascinating, that we want to gather and yet we can't. We want to have community and yet we don't. We want everything to be normal, but everything is far from normal. And these birds, suspended like they are, with the only clue to any kind of grounding whatsoever being the shadows. Now, Jamie told me in a conversation that shadows are really important in her paintings. The more that there are, the more disturbance she wants to convey. So have a look at the shadows in this painting, and you will see, indeed, that there is disturbance. Thanks so much for listening in to this chat about the work of Jaime Lee Lightle and her use of birds in her paintings. If you're interested in learning more about Jaime Lee Lightle or Roundhill Studio, please look up roundhillstudio.com or check out our Facebook. We have lots and lots of updates. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll talk to you again soon.